Please respond, folks. Am I audible? Your day. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the high five. I hope your day was good. My day was very hectic. I had a lot of work before starting this session. So, yes, yesterday we stopped with 5 why analysis. I hope it was clear for everyone, right? Today we are going to see some examples for 5 why analysis, and we are going to take a quick look into cause and effects. And if time permits, I'll quickly review whatever we learned this week so that you are able to prepare well for tomorrow's test. Okay. Okay. Did anyone try applying 5 why analysis to your problem? Yesterday I had told you to apply to any problem. Did anyone try? Did anyone try? Did anyone try? Okay, so since I'm not getting any response, I'm assuming that you were not able to try. Okay, fine. These techniques come by practice. So I request you to please um, try and work as much as possible. Okay, right? So today we will start with the warm-up exercise. We are going to quickly review, right? We are going to quickly review what we learned until yesterday. First, we will start with the 5 why analysis, right? And then we will proceed. Okay, I'm going to present a problem statement. I want you to think along with me. Okay, uh, just a minute. Sorry. So the problem that you have encountered is, suppose say that you are the chief safety officer, okay, at a hospital, chief patient safety officer, and you have come across this problem. The problem is that they have amputated the wrong leg. Instead of the right leg, the left leg has been cut off. We see this kind of information on the news, right? Right. So I want you to think. Okay. You can think from your own terms. There is no right and wrong answer here, right? So you can think from your own terms. What could have caused this? How will you identify, right? The reason for a wrong operation. What can be the reason? What can be the reason? What can be the reason? I will just check if I have got any responses from the. Okay, no responses. Fine. Okay, let me walk you through the example. Okay. So when we think of, you know, a wrong operation, right? There can be many reasons for this. Okay. The reason it can vary from situation to situation. But in this kind of imaginary problems, we will not know the full detail. But in the case of a real life business problem, you will know the full detail so that you will not make any assumption, right? So when we talk of what do I say? When we talk of identifying a reason or a cause to a problem, we start off with whatever information we have. Right now, in this problem statement, we don't have any other information. So you can make your own assumptions, right? So why was the wrong leg amputated? That is a question. So maybe the first reason could be the doctor did not know. So the doctor did not. This is again based on a very imaginary assumption. The doctor did not see which leg was marked for the amputation. That could be the first reason. So if the doctor did not know, or if the doctor did not see the marking on the leg on which he should be amputated, then why was that marking not clear, or why didn't he know, right? So the patient usually gives consent before the night of surgery or before a little while before surgery. So when they mark the leg for operation, maybe they left the marking in such a way that it was disturbed by washing or something. Okay, that could be one reason. Or this can also be answered another. This can also be answered another way. The doctor did not read the patient's history. History reading is very, very important from a medicine viewpoint. Okay. If you ask why the mark was put in the washable place, so the a nurse and the preparatory crew did not know that waterproof marking should be done. Usually, marking for surgery is done on different places. So all the time, waterproof marking is not required. But when it is leg, they should have thought about it, right? So why they didn't know? Because they were new to the department and they are still learning. They have not completed their training, right? So why didn't they go through their training or induction process? Because they didn't know. They were not told anything about the induction process. So not having a full training process for your nurse and the new team has resulted in the wrong leg amputation. So what we come to know from this, the important cause is not educating our employees, right? This is one reason why organizations spend a lot on the learning need of their people. Because when people know what to do, when people have learned what is the right thing and what is not, then the scope for mistakes is very, very less. Okay, right? So this is how you can solve a problem. Okay, is this clear? Was this explanation clear to you? Anyone? Any doubts? Kanadasan, Saroja, any doubts? Okay, fine. So now we are going to, okay, thank you for the thumbs up. So we are going to go to the second example, right? So the second example is a little similar. But it is from a more of organizational example. Okay. So you are the IT engineer, okay, in an organization, and you come to know that the employees did not receive the pay on their payday. Okay. So what is the problem? Now this is a huge problem because people think that the company is not doing well, or the company is not able to provide them and all of that. This will cause a lot of problems, right? So the reason is that these kind of problems surface usually from a very, very small cause. Okay, right? So now let us see how we address this. So the question is why they did not receive the pay, right? Pay intimation or pay stub it is called. Okay. Before the payday, that is the first of every month is the payday. So here, the one reason is because the printing system has failed. Okay. So then, if you say the printing system has failed, the next question is why did it fail? Right? Um, um, if I ask you that question, you will tell something like there was a hardware fault and we could not recover it, etc. Okay. That could be one reason. So if I ask you why it could not recover from the hardware fault, then you will say that it was an outdated hardware system that has no automatic backup, right? There can be multiple reasons. So if I ask you, then why did you leave an outdated system, right? So why did you leave an outdated system? So if I ask you that, you will say, for a long time we did not service the system. These are all very obvious answers. I want you to appreciate that fact. We are not going behind very scientific thinking and all. நம்ம வெறும் லாஜிக்கலா அடுத்து என்ன அடுத்து என்ன அடுத்து என்னன்னு தான் கேக்குறோம். We are asking logically what next, so what, so why, right? We are not getting too much into logical stuff, right? The answer is still not clear. So we are asking, okay, why we didn't update, why we didn't get it changed? Because the organization does not have a full-fledged economic planning, enterprise planning in place. So that is why we could not clearly put some budget for regular update of the hardware and software, and that has caused this problem. So now what is the learning? We have to have the correct operational system in the place. So if the system had been correct and if it had been updated frequently, then this problem would not happen. Okay? Is this approach clear? Is this approach clear, everyone? Any questions? Anyone wants to discuss on alternate ways of doing this? Questions? Okay, fine. So now let us go to the next example. I took 4 or 5 examples so that this is completely clear. Okay, right. So now there is a archaeology team, and they found that the monument is deteriorating fast. If you take Taj Mahal, okay, a few years back they said the Taj Mahal is getting affected because of all the pollution nearby, right? And then they took some action for that, right? Same way, assume that there is a monument, right? There is a big a monument, and that is deteriorating fast. It is getting affected by something, right? Its quality is getting down fast, right? So we will see how will we approach this. Okay. So the first question we will ask is why is it deteriorating fast? Okay. So the answer is because it is getting washed very frequently. So now the next question is why are we washing it so frequently? It is not a house; it is a monument. So the obvious question is why should you wash it so frequently, right? Because it receives more bird droppings. So it is not common to see a lot of birds in these places where these palaces are built. Usually we see a lot of animals on this palace kind of tall building. So there's a lot of bird droppings. Okay, why are there more bird droppings? Because birds are obviously attracted to tall buildings like this monument. So why more birds are attracted? Because in these tall buildings, there are a lot of small insects and spiders that are around, right? So why are there more spiders? Because there are very tiny insects inside during in the monument, which keep flying around, which the spider eats. Right? This is a food chain, right? Okay. So why are there more insects? Because there is heavy light inside these kind of monuments. There is a scope for more insects because we know that more number of insects are attracted towards light. Right? So what do we do? So the answer is we have more light. So one thing that we can do is no monument is open 24 cross 7, right? So in the evenings, it can be suggested that they avoid brighter lights because there is going to be no visitors, and so reducing the light in the evening and the off times. Peak times are usually the evenings or the holiday time. In the other period, if we reduce right the use of excessive lighting, then that could bring down the problem, right? Or we can simply design a cover for cover or net to prevent the birds from dropping in the morning, right? So these are some ways in which you can solve this problem. Okay, so the most cost effective and simple thing is to reduce the lighting during unnecessary times to see if the insects, thereby the birds come lesser there. Okay, so this is the idea. So I'm just taking you to the next example. This is a very simpler example. Okay, so the example says the children are not playing outside. It can include you. Your mom can say, there is no physical activity. He's always inside the house, or she's always inside the house, right? Right. So the question starts with why are they not playing inside the house? So the answer is maybe they are watching too much of mobile and video games. So if you then ask why you are watching so much of mobile and video games, because they are not participating in any other programs that we have around us, right? So why are they not participating? Because they are not interested in pursuing hobbies, or they are not interested in spending time on extracurricular activities. So if I ask, okay, why are you not interested in pursuing it? Because I don't have the enough resource to play. I don't have people of my age to play, for example, or I don't have the material to play. Okay, if I only have material to play whenever you run a program, then I will not make it a habit, right? So for that reason, I am not able to come out and play. I feel that sitting inside the house and playing with my mobile or video games is more easier for me, right? So this is how you can think of a problem. So now, if I say I have lack of resource to play, you can probably create groups of children who are of the same age. You can set for play dates. You can allow them to share their toys. You can help them to meet in a common place inside your community daily, right? So you can do these kind of simple things to solve the problem. Okay? Last example. So there is a sales team. They are into a problem. They just lost a very big project, right? So now the question is, they are trying to find out why we lost. So the question is, we lost a big project. The project was important for the organization, but we lost it. So if I ask why, right? The one reason is the client was not very convinced of our presentation. we usually go and do presentations to our clients where we learn, where we say what is the, what do I say, highlight of our product, how are we special compared to our competitors, right? So when we do that, we did not do a good job. Maybe that could be a reason, right? That could be one reason. Okay, so why didn't we do the presentation, right? Because we did not understand what the client wanted. See, when we learn about making presentations, we will learn one very important thing, which is attaching yourself to the pulse of the audience. Audience என்ன வேணும்? இப்போ presentation பண்றது சும்மா பிபிடி பண்றது இல்ல. நம்ம யாருக்கு பண்றோமோ அந்த ஆடியன்ஸோட பல்ஸ் என்ன, இப்ப நம்ம படத்துக்கெல்லாம் சொல்றோம்ல, அந்த ஆடியன்ஸோட பல்ஸ் என்ன, அவன் வந்து நம்ம பிரசன்டேஷன்ல இருந்து என்ன எதிர்பார்க்கறான், அவன் என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறான், ரைட்? அதெல்லாம் மைண்ட்ல வச்சுன்னு நம்ம பண்றதுதான் பிரசன்டேஷன், ரைட்? ஸோ இப்போ மேபி we didn't clearly understand the need of the client, அதனால பிரசன்டேஷன் நல்லா வரலையா? அப்ப ஏன் கிளைண்டோட நீட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணல? ஏன்னா நம்மளோட கிளைண்ட் மார்க்கெட்டை வந்து ரிசர்ச் அனாலிசிஸ் பண்ணவங்க சரியா பண்ணல. Okay, then why didn't our research team work properly? The reason is we did not have a solution architect who could help us to propose an interesting solution to the client. So there can be more whys. Okay, that's why I left it with the why. Okay, you can find out more reasons, right? But the most critical one is that we did not have a solution architect. அந்த ரோலுக்கு வந்து நமக்கு கஸ்டமருக்கு என்ன வேணும்ன்றத மாடல் பண்ணி கொடுக்கிற ஒரு ஆள் வந்து நமக்கு இல்ல, right? So that is one reason why we were not able to make the presentation effective. So அப்ப இப்ப என்ன பண்ணுவோம், அந்த கம்பெனி நேரா போயிட்டு சொல்யூஷன் ஆர்கிடெக்ட்னு ஒரு ஆளை ஹையர் பண்ணும், இல்லைன்னா ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கிறவங்கள யாரு சொல்யூஷன் ஆர்கிடெக்டா ஒர்க் பண்ணலாம்னு பார்த்து அவங்களுக்கு ஒர்க் பண்ண ஹெல்ப். ஓகேவா? So this is how companies use problem solving, right? Most of the times நம்ம கிட்ட வர ப்ராப்ளம் சால்விங் வந்து கஸ்டமர் சைட்ல இருந்து வர ப்ராப்ளம்ஸா தான் இருக்கும், right? Okay, so I have covered 5 different examples for 5Y analysis. I hope you are clear. Any questions before we proceed to the next thing? Any questions? Is it clear? Whatever I spoke till now, was it clear? I have some sort of response, please. Okay, thank you to whoever responded. Thank you, Gopal. So today we just saw some examples on 5Y, right? 5Y is just one technique for, identifying the root cause analysis. There are other techniques which we will cover in the coming weeks. But for this week, we started off with 5Y analysis. I want you to understand that there is something called cause and effect. Why are we so bent on identifying what caused the problem, right? We can just say, okay, problem irukku, na solution solren sollaamla. Why are we trying to identify what caused the problem? Anyone? Why are we not proposing a solution? You know that there is a problem. Why are you not proposing a solution? Why are you trying to find out what caused the problem? When we are so brilliant to identify 5 whys and say what is the root cause of the problem, we can directly tell the solution for the problem. No. Why should we do root cause analysis? Someone please respond. Okay. The reason is Newton's law, right? To every action, there is a reaction. Okay. So the whole premise on which problem solving works is that for every effect that we see, there is a cause. Something has caused it. Okay. So if you take examples, right? When you lift something that is very hot, you immediately drop. If I ask you why did you drop, then you will tell me that the heat caused me to drop it, right? So if I ask you what made you fall down on the floor, right? You might say that, okay, I fell down because the floor was wet, right? So I want you to understand, right? I'm using uh, just a moment. I'll just use the same PPT. So the reason for understanding root cause analysis for performing root cause analysis to identify the cause is that there is a cause effect relationship. Okay. So for every problem we see, right? Problems are the effect. They are just the result of something, right? So problems are nothing but they are effects. So when you want to solve a problem, you need to actually identify what caused it in the first place. Because for every action that we see, the problem is the result of something that caused it. Okay, right? And the action of identifying cause, or the action of identifying, uh, the thing that caused the trouble in the first place, will allow us to directly cut the connection between the cause and effect, so that the effect does not happen again. If you for example say you are running daily, okay, suddenly on a day you are not able to run that much and you feel very tired, right? If you are aware, and if you think that, okay, it looks like I'm either falling sick or I am tired for some reason, so let me take some precaution, right? Then you would probably be able to save yourself from some infection or some health issue which has made you feel very weak, right? We take the case of COVID, right? In the case of COVID, even after so many people got COVID, right, we still prefer to stay inside the house for a long time because we didn't want that effect. Because we know what can stop that effect from happening, we stopped it. Not going outside was the way in which we could stop the effect of COVID on us. So the reason why we focus so much on cause and effect is that cause is what causes the effect. Now, if you ask me, hey, when we do 5-way analysis, we already find 5 causes. How will you know what is the exact cause, or what causes should you address, right? There are multiple ways in which you can pick the right cause to address. In most cases, it might be uh, cost versus the benefit. We call it as cost benefit analysis, right? If you choose to solve a problem, and if the solution is not very costly, then it is very easy. On the other hand, if the solution results in a lot of cost, right, companies might think twice. Cost is one very open factor. There are other ways in which you can identify if something is worthy as pursuing as a solution or not. Right? One way is the Pareto analysis, which we will learn in the next week. Okay. So in this week, we learned about problem solving using 5-why analysis as the first tool. I have introduced you to use 5-why analysis to identify the root cause of a problem. We have to connect 5-why to the root cause analysis approach, which we will do subsequently in the next class. And we will also learn about how to pick the top causes for solving a problem, which we will learn through Pareto analysis. So there are multiple ways in which you can solve a problem. There is no one correct approach or correct answer for a problem. So when we talk of a problem, the first thing is to identify the root cause of a problem, right? For identifying the root cause of the problem, the first thing is to, among other tools, the first and foremost thing is, the foremost simplest tool is 5-why analysis. Right? So we learned what is 5-why analysis, and we also learned to solve 5-why to perform 5-why analysis based on some of the examples that we did. Okay. Right. So that is what I wanted to cover today. Today we just saw about 5-why analysis, some examples, and I thought I will have some discussion based, learning. This will just make the sessions boring for you also. Right? So I request you to please take part, right, and talk, because going forward we are going to learn very, very important topics for the next 2 weeks. And also we will be starting on learning PowerPoint presentations from next month. So if you are not participating or if you're not talking, you will be at loss, which I don't want. Any questions? Was the session clear? Do you have any feedback? Any questions? Any feedback? The session useful at least? Did you learn something? Okay, someone has raised hand. Yes, Gayatri, I have unmuted you. You have any questions?
Ma'am, we have no options to chat in this box.
Inama, you're not able to chat. Is the chat disabled?
Ma'am.
Karthi?
Yeah, ma'am.
Karthi, Emma, why the chat is disabled? My students are not able to ask questions, Karthi.
Ma'am, actually, students can chat, ma'am. They can't
They're
able to
telling that they're not able to add questions, ma. Respond in the chat, ma.
chat option.
Gayatri, you're not able to type in the QA box?
Ma'am, it shows something went wrong. You can try again later.
Okay. You have any questions, Gayatri?
Ma'am, the chat is
No,
open.
ma'am.
Karthi?
Chat is open only, ma'am.
But
For all the students, chat is
a
open.
lot of them are not able to type, Karthi. Yesterday also there was no chat. Usually, at least the regular students actually type and interact. So ஒரு
Okay.
தடவை செக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க கார்த்தி.
ஓகே நாங்க என்னன்னு பார்க்கறோம் மேம்.
Okay.
Okay.
Gayatri, you have any questions, ma? Gayatri?
No, ma'am. No more questions, ma'am.
Okay. Did you understand whatever was taught in the last week, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So were the examples useful today? Now you know you can do a 5-way analysis on your own. You? Gayatri?
Ma'am, I have network issues. I can't able to talk now.
Okay, ma. Are you confident of 5-way now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Thank you, Gayatri, for letting me know that the chat is closed. It
Okay,
looks like
ma'am.
a technical error. Whenever you have any point to make and you want to talk, please raise your hand. I will at least unmute you and give you a chance to talk, because this session is all about talking. Only if you open up and talk, two things will happen. One, you will become ready for your interview. You will lose fear. If you are able to talk with me in front of so many people, then you will lose fear. Okay, right? And if you are able to talk regularly, your communication will also develop. Okay, so I request you to please interact. If there is any issue with the QA box, please raise it too. Okay. Have a great day. I will meet you again tomorrow. Right? In tomorrow's session, we will start a new topic, and then we will proceed. Right? Thank you so much. Have a good day.